Well, hey all, this is a little bit interesting. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of like tutorials and tips and tricks, especially for like new and upcoming photographers or even people who are just trying to get back into it. So for me, for example, I'm going to be showing you guys rule of thirds, which is one of the more important things in photography. It's really one of the first things I learned whenever I was getting into photography. It's how it basically helps you not only to align your shot, but then also to get it to where like your most important point of your photo is in frame and is gonna be spotted the best. So whenever you have your camera, you're gonna, first off, you're gonna wanna turn on your grid line. Then you're gonna wanna go over to the shooting info display, and right here, which is going to be on the number 8 tab. So then you're going to want to scroll down to see grid display. Now you can also put in a bunch of different things and whatnot. I'm just doing 3x3. I'm not going to do the diagonal or anything because that's a little much. Now, whenever I shoot my photos, there's a couple things I like to do. If you are going to be shooting, for example, like a car, this is the one that I'm going to be doing. You're going to want your photo to be in the, or like the car, your subject to be in the bottom half, like the first grid line basically. I usually line that up with the headlights because that will pretty much make sure that the car is also like the main focus, but then you can also see a lot of the background and it looks really, really nice. You can also do like the middle part if like your background isn't cool or like you just want like the car to be the main focus, but I usually like to do the first line. Now for this example, I'm gonna be using the spot autofocus to make sure that I'm getting the best autofocus I can on my car. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get like a side profile of the car, and this is where aligning the rule of thirds comes into play a lot. So for example, I'm going to have it aligned to where my corners are going to be touching the emblem of the car pretty much, and the headlight. That way it kind of gets like the best focus right there. So here, let's get down. Again, right there, I was just pretty much putting my spot focus on both the headlight and then I tried one on the emblem of the car. Now, one of the main things you'll realize in photography is a lot of this is just trial and error, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, and everything like that. So don't be afraid to try out some stuff. And just because you're afraid that it's not going to look good or whatever it might be, you can always fix things up in post-editing, or even just, you know, you can just scrap it. There's nothing wrong with that. So one of the ones I like doing is of the mirrors. So what I do is, depending on, like for this one, I'm going to put it right in the middle of my rule of thirds, because honestly my background isn't super interesting and I'm super close to it. So it kind of just makes it look good. That's one of my second favorite shots to do. Now the other one I like to do a lot is of the wheels. So what I'm gonna do is get down super low to the ground. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the spot focus onto the back side of the wheel. Now you do wanna get super low to the ground for this. And then you just wanna make sure that the tire, you can see a little bit of the ground, but that the tire is pretty much at the very bottom of the screen. And then for my spot focus, I usually like pinning it like where the middle of the tire is. And there you go. So those are some easy car shots to get. Now you could do a bunch of different ones, but as long as you pretty much just get used to not only your camera, but then also using the rule of thirds, it's gonna make your photos a lot better.